Hello, and welcome to Episode 6 of Fort Wayne Fury Flashbacks. My name is Rob Brown, the former radio play-by-play man for the Continental Basketball Association's Fort Wayne Fury. In this edition, we visit the Lacrosse Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The 1998-99 CBA season was in its final month. In this game, the Fury started former Indiana University star Damon Bailey and Alabama's Artie Griffin in the backcourt, and Kansas University's Darren Hancock, Minnesota's Courtney James, and Mikey Moore from Nebraska on the front line. Lacrosse countered with former NBA first-round pick Todd Day from Arkansas, and Dartmouth's James Blackwell in the backcourt. And on the front line, the Bobcats started Turquin Mott from Coppin State, Fred Herzog from Fordham, and UNC Wilmington's Matt Fish. Notable players off the bench included Everett Gray, Carl Thomas, Chris Garner, Mark Hendrickson, Bubba Wells, and Dante Jones. The Fury were coached at the time by former Indiana University star Keith Smart, and the Bobcats were coached by Mike Moshik. Of the 20 players who appeared in this game, 13 played in the NBA. So let's take you back to March 12, 1999, and CBA action from the Lacrosse Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. This one goes down to the wire, so you'll want to stay with it. Let's go to the arena for the original radio broadcast from that evening. Enjoy.
Let's take a look now at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Norwest Mortgage. Norwest has provided loans for millions of home buyers, and they may have one just for you. Contact Rich Galbraith or Ted Fry at 432-3444 to learn more about what Norwest Mortgage can do for you. Now, Keith Smart will switch the lineup again a little bit. Darren Hancock will start the small forward, 6'7", 215 out of Kansas. Darren averaging 13.6 points a game and 6.6 rebounds per game. The rookie, Courtney James, will start the other forward, 6'8", 270 out of Minnesota. Courtney averaging 7.9 points a game and 6.7 boards per game. In the middle, Mikey Moore, the second-year man out of Nebraska, 7 feet, 230, averaging 15.1 a contest and 7.2 rebounds per game. The backcourt, Artie Griffin will get his 10th start of the year. 6'4", 200-pounder out of Alabama is Griffin, averages 11.4 points a game and 2.7 rebounds per game on the season. And Damon Bailey will start at the point. Damon getting his first start on Tuesday night in the loss to Grand Rapids. That was his first start since January 12th. He'll start again tonight. Damon, 6'3", 200-pounder out of Indiana, 7th in the league in scoring at 16.7 a game, tops in the league in assists at 7 assists per game. Fury coached by Keith Smart, 56-50. This is his second season at the helm, assisted by Kent Davison. Want to send out special get well wishes to Fury assistant coach Clifford Ray. Many of you are aware that he is battling prostate cancer. He had some surgery done on Wednesday morning at Lutheran Hospital in Fort Wayne. We understand Cliff is recovering quite well, doing great. Many members of the team spoke with Cliff in the last couple of days, and we want to wish him continued speedy recovery and letting him know that we miss not having him out here on the road. Your trainer is Tony Gamble. For Lacrosse, they will start the same lineup they started in a one-point loss at Connecticut on Wednesday night. Turquin Mott, the active one at one forward spot, 6'8", 245 out of Coppin State. Turquin averaging 15.3 points a game and 7.7 rebounds per game since joining the Bobcats 11 games ago in a trade with Rockford. The other forward, Fred Herzog, 6'9", 220, veteran out of Fordham, averaging 8.9 points a game and 4.2 rebounds per game. In the middle, the former Fury frontliner, Matt Fish, 6'11", 265, out of North Carolina, Wilmington. Fish averaging 12.5 points a game on the season and 7.3 rebounds per game. The backcourt, Todd Day, the former NBA first-round draft choice, 6'7", 200 out of Arkansas. Day averaging 18.7 points a game and 5.3 rebounds per game. The point guard, James Blackwell, 6 foot, 190 out of Dartmouth. Blackwell averaging 11.1 points a contest. He's first in the league in steals at 2.5 a game. He's fifth in assists at 5.4 a game. Lacrosse coached by interim head coach Mike Moshik. He took over the club 4 games into the season. His career record counting the last 3 years spent in Rockford, 105 and 102. He's assisted by Tom Conroy. The lacrosse trainer is Justin Byers. Tonight's officials, Doug Rogan and Ed Gaines. And we mentioned the Fury have swept the season series thus far, 3 games to none. But all time are 8-4 against the Lacrosse Bobcats since the franchise relocated here prior to the 96-97 season. Keith Smart in his coaching career is 5-3 against Lacrosse. And the Fury 3-3 versus the Lacrosse Bobcats here at the Lacrosse Center. We are going to take our final break here on the Icon Office Solutions pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups. Actually, we already have the starting lineups. We'll have the tip-off to tonight's game. Let's have that. We'll have that in 3 minutes on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Now, Rob Brown back at the Crosse Center. If you can believe this, they're still introducing the Bobcats. So we've got all sorts of time here before the start of this ball game. Fury coming off a 103-82 6-point standing loss in Grand Rapids on Tuesday night. Fort Wayne in that game shot just 35%. We talked with Keith Smart about the team starting off slow in the first quarter in this 2-game losing streak. The Fury have been outscored by 35 points combined in the first half. And 62-34, they've outscored their opponents in the paint in the last 2 games. Now we're going to have tonight's KMC Telecom National Anthem from the La Crosse Center. Tonight's KMC Telecom National Anthem, provided by some local youngsters here in La Crosse. Fury getting set for Game 3 of the 4-game road trip. We'll wrap it up Sunday night in Yakima before we return home on Tuesday night to take on CBA leading Connecticut for the final week and final 4 games of the regular season. And tonight's opening tip-off, as always, brought to you by American Express Financial Advisors. Remember, fans, when it's time to tip off your new small business venture or plan for your child's college education, consult the professionals at American Express Financial Advisors for all of your small business and personal financial needs. Fury gathered around head coach Keith Smart for a final round of instructions. Seated courtside here at the La Crosse Center. Fury bench about 15 feet to our left. Fort Wayne, the traveling red uniforms, white numbers in the black trim. Quad City, the home whites, red numbers, and the purple trim.
All right, it's Friday, 2 days without the box.
Pretty good crowd here in La Crosse tonight, which was the home at one point of the La Crosse Catbirds. They won a couple CBA championships in here when they were coached by current Minnesota Timberwolf head coach Flip Saunders. Frontline matchups, Fury with Hancock, James, and Moore, 6'7", 6'8", 7 feet. La Crosse with Mott, Herzog, and Fish, 6'8", 6'9", 6'11". It'll be the 7-footer Mikey Moore versus the 6'11" Matt Fish jumping center. Fury heading right to left toward their bench in this first half of play. And the ball came loose. Now we're set. Doug Rogan in center circle. Gets it up in the air, and the back tap is controlled by Bailey. Fury will have it first. Damon across the line. Sets up on the high right. Fury looking to be patient early offensively, not taking quick shots. Mikey Moore in the right corner. Wheels on Mott in the lane, double team toward the baseline. Jump hook rolls off, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Artie Griffin's got it. He'll back it back out. Fury will reload. They go back to Mikey, right block. Faces up on Mott. He can seize the jumper. Mikey attacks. Swings it back out front to Hancock. Left wing Artie Griffin. Back into Mikey. Mott over Slade on the backside and has the steal. The Fury get an offensive rebound on their first possession, but also turn it over. Now La Crosse with their first try. Blackwell right in the circle with 15 to shoot. Down low to Mott. Facing up on Mikey. Tucks it into the basket. Fading and hits the 8-footer as they came across the lane. Kirkland Mott, his first 2. And he gets the Bobcats on the board to start this ball game. Bailey with Blackwell pressuring. This CBA steals leader, James Blackwell. Into Hancock across the lane. In the corner to Artie. Right side for 3. It's long. They fight for the rebound. Mikey saves it right to Courtney underneath the basket. He lays it up and in. We're tied at 2. And the Fury attacking the offensive boards early, and that's a great sign, especially on the road. 10:45 to play first quarter. Deadlocked at 2. Blackwell calls for the clear out. Gives it out front to Fish. Left side, Herzog, 8 to shoot. Back they go into Mott, this time on the left side. He faces up on Mikey. Attack. Throws the forearm. Fades in the lane. That shot's going to be, looked like it was going to fall off the mark, but it rolled in. Mott's got all 4 of their points. And the Bobcat lead is 2 at 4-2. Bailey out front. Play a little cat and mouse with Blackwell. Damon drive, left wing to Hancock. Darren in the corner, jumps up the 15-footer, too strong, and the rebound caroms to Herzog. They'll bring it across the line where Hancock will pick him up. Out front, Todd Day. Now in the corner to Blackwell, he'll put up the 3, good. Bailey relaxed for a second, and Blackwell made him pay, hitting the 3. Now Damon on the far sideline, takes the pick from Mikey. Driving, in the lane, hanging, 14-footer up, good. Damon swishes the shot for his first 2. 7-4, Bobcats with an early lead. Day takes the shot behind the screen on Griffin, already recovers. Now Day has the dribble working with the right hand. They clear it out for him, he backs in on Griffin, 10 to shoot, and they're going to call Artie for the foul. Artie bumping right back. First foul on Artie Griffin, first on the Fury here in the period. Lacrosse yet to be whistled for a foul. They'll have a new shot clock to work with and a 3-point lead. Herzog on the far sideline pitches out front to Blackwell. Stutter steps on Bailey in the lane, twisting back out to Mott. No shot put up the 3 right side, good. Jerquin Mott feeling it early. He's got 7 of their 10 points. Bailey looking for James in the block. Courtney has it down the baseline, caught the pass, and he'll flush it down with a right-hand jam. Mott was overplaying, and once the ball got to Courtney, the rest was easy. 4 for Courtney, and $10 more donated to Fort Wayne Boys and Girls Club, courtesy of Glenbrook Dodge Hyundai on that dunk. They go into Fish, his first touch. He faces up on Courtney, right baseline. 10 to shoot, comes to the middle, sweeping across the lane. Flip shot off the glass and in. Fish's first 2. And it's 12-6. Griffin right side. Day facing up on him. They clear it out for Artie. Now Bailey posting right block on Blackwell. They lob it down to him. Damon waits for the double team that doesn't come. Still backing on Blackwell with 7 to shoot. In the lane, turning, shooting, high arcing shot, good. And Damon's got 4. Jerry have cut the Lacrosse lead to 4. Herzog stop and go down the baseline. Boy, he gave Hancock an elbow. Darren staggers to the deck, and he is out like a light. Herzog hit the jump shot. Well, the Holyfield-Lewis fight is tomorrow, but Hancock is out for the count. He's rolling over, so we know he's awake, but boy, he took a shot. Herzog popped him. Not sure that Herzog meant to do it. He immediately went over and checked on Darren as soon as the bucket was good and they stopped play. But Hancock still slow to get to his feet down there on that far baseline. And we're going to have a full timeout charged to the Fury, yes. Timeout Fort Wayne. So we'll go ahead and take a break as Hancock gets to his feet. 8:10 to go, first quarter. Lacrosse 14, Fort Wayne 8. We'll take a pause and be back on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. On fans, weeknights are Spiece nights. Stop by Spiece on Coliseum Boulevard for your sporting goods needs. And when you buy a pair of Spiece shoes, you'll receive a Fury membership card good for $1 off admission and 10% off Fury merchandise all season long. You'll also receive 2 script tickets to a weeknight Fury game. So stop by Spiece for your next pair of shoes. And we'll see you out at the Coliseum where weeknights are Spiece nights. 14-8, the Fury trail early. Darren Hancock getting an elbow from Fred Herzog, a stopping play. Darren back on the Fury bench trying to shake loose of the cobwebs. Everett Gray has come in to replace Darren. Everett 6'7", 215 out of UNLV. Fury trail 14-6 with 8:10 to go in this first quarter. Lacrosse has yet to miss a shot. Lacrosse is 6 for 6 and the Fury 4 out of 7. Bailey across the line. Looking for Griffin. Artie right side. Day closes out to prevent the 3. They give it out front to Courtney. In the corner, Bailey. Got Blackwell caught up on the screen. Damon down the baseline. Shovels to Courtney down the lane. Finger roll up and in. And Courtney's got 6. Courtney and Bailey have accounted for all 10 of the Fury's points. Courtney with 6 and Damon with 4. 14-10. Fury hanging around early. 7:40 to go. They screen across the lane for Mott as Blackwell gives it to him left corner on the bounce pass. Mott bodying up against Mikey. Spins down the baseline. Cut off in traffic. Fakes Everett off his feet. Everett blocked the shot. Took the ball. Everett down the middle, goes behind his back to get by Day. Kicks in the corner to Artie. Wheels by Day, out front Damon all day to measure the three ball. No good on the front of the rim, and Fish clears it away. Now Damon was 2 for 2 from three-point range on Tuesday night. And at the other end, Todd Day drains a long jumper just inside the arc for his first two. Damon threw it away in the lane. Courtney wasn't looking. Here come the Bobcats. Mott was back, but so was Mikey Moore. Shovels to Fish, who runs over Mikey, throws the basket in, count it, put him on the line. Mikey was too deep to try and draw that charging foul. That's the first foul on Moore, second on the Fury. Fish roaring down the floor like a Brahma bull, flipped it in and drew the foul on Mikey. Count the basket. Put Fish at the line, shooting 65% are on the year as Fish. 6:54 to play, first quarter. Shot up and good. So Fish with 5 in this first period, and the lacrosse lead is 9, their biggest of the night. 6:48 to go. Griffin, right side, drives on Day, crossed him up in traffic through the lane, put it up off the glass and in, count it, put him on the line. Well, you don't average over 25 points a game in the IBA and lead the league in scoring without having some moves to the basket, in addition to being a great shooter. And Artie Griffin going to the basket right there, drawing the foul on Todd Day, his first on the Bobcats. Fury have 2 team fouls. First 2 points for Artie, and he'll try and complete the 3-point play with the free throw. 78% are on the season as Griffin, and he switches the Fury's first free throw of the night. 19-13. Fury back within 6. As they answer Matt Fish's 3-point play with a 3-point play from Griffin. Day backs on Griffin in the lane, left his feet. They tied him up, or so they thought. But Artie's going to be whistled for the foul. That's his second. Third on the Fury. Although in the opinion of our official Doug Rogan, Day was not in the act of shooting, so he will not go to the line. But the Bobcats will have a new 24 to work with. After the Fury team foul. In the left corner, Fish, 14-footer up, in and out. That might be their first miss of the night. But as Courtney had the rebound, Day stuck backside and stole it away. Drives to the basket. Courtney stripped him. They ran it down. Now he comes down the baseline against Everett. Missed the shot, but they're going to call Everett for the foul. That's the first on that. They called it from Mikey Moore. Mikey was at half court. That's got to be on Everett. And it is on Everett. That's his first. Fourth on the Fury. The official put up the 3-4, but the PA announcer thought it was 4-4, called the foul on Mikey, and he was a little concerned that he picked up a foul while standing 50 feet from the play. Todd Day misses the first free throw for the Bobcats. 19-13. Fury down 6. Todd Day, the 8th round pick, number 8 pick in the NBA draft, I should say, of the Milwaukee Bucks back in 92. Hits the second free throw to split the pair. And it's 20-13 in favor of lacrosse. Bailey in the front court. One-hand pass ahead to Griffin. Artie looks for Damon in deep off the curl. Couldn't find it. Now he's trapped on the sideline. Gives it to Courtney. Courtney down the baseline cut off. Shovels it back out to Damon. Left side for 3. Bang! He got it. Bailey for 3. He's got 7 points on the night. And Damon now with 2,502 points in his Fury career, crossing that 2,500 point plateau. And James Blackwell the other way hit the jumper in Damon's face. 22-16 our score. Fury down 6. 5:30 to play. First quarter, Damon on the baseline. Looks for the cutter, James. Lobs it into him. Courtney spinning, hanging, and he flips in the short shot. Courtney's got 8. In what has been a very active first quarter for the rookie out of Minnesota. We'll talk more later about Courtney's troubles this week and whether or not they've been a distraction. Blackwell into Herzog. 8 to shoot. Facing up on Everett. Fade away left side. That one's going to kick up short. One of the rare lacrosse misses in this first quarter. And now the Fury within 4 have the ball and a chance to get closer. Damon in the left corner to Everett. Down the baseline. He's fouled before the shot. That will go to Herzog. Fred Herzog's first and the second on the Bobcats. Well, Darren, when he took the hit, bit his upper lip. That's what happened to Hancock, but he's okay. And we expect him to return to the lineup, not even needing any ice on that lip, so he should be good to go some point later in this first quarter. Mark Hendrickson will check in. 6'9", second-year man out of Washington State. They lob it into Bailey off the inbounds and threw it away. Everett threw it away off the inbound. Hendrickson has come on for Turquin Mott, who gave Keith Smart a really long stare as he left the floor. Not sure what that's all about, but anyone who's seen lacrosse play the Fury at the Coliseum has seen the running dialogue that Mott carries on with virtually everyone in the Coliseum every time the Bobcats visit. Hendrickson misses at the other end for lacrosse. The Fury have the board with the ball again down 4. Everett in the corner to Mikey. Down the baseline, he's bumped and fouled. Matt Fish was standing in the lane guarding no one. Closest person to him was one of the cheerleaders on the baseline. But the foul goes to Mark Hendrickson as Everett came down the baseline. Make that Mikey Moore coming down the baseline. Either way, it's Hendrickson's first foul and the team's third. Here we have 14 fouls. Off the inbounds. Courtney James threw it out of bounds. Damon tried to go back door. Courtney threw it topside. They turn it over. That's the second turnover in the last minute by the Fury off an inbounds play. In the right block to Fish. Facing up on Courtney James. He wants to cover the middle. Courtney daring him to go down the baseline. Fish goes to the middle anyway. Missed the short hook shot. Got his own rebound. In traffic, flips up the wild shot short. And they fight for the rebound. Mikey controls. 4 minutes to go. Damon in the front court. Left corner to Everett. Facing up on Herzog. Jumps up the long 2. Got it. Everett faked the drive twice with a jab step. Herzog dared him to shoot it, and Everett drained the left corner jumper for his first points tonight. Fury within 2. On a 10-3 run with 3:42 to go in the first quarter. Herzog, the long jumper, top of the key, rattles out. Tade pushed off to get the rebound. That's going to be his second foul. 4th on the Bobcats. So our team foul tally now knotted at 4, and both 2 guards, Artie Griffin and Todd Day, have picked up 2 fouls in this first quarter. But Griffin stays on the floor, and lacrosse will substitute. Bubba Wells will come on for Day. Wells, the second-year man out of Austin Peay, 6'5", 230. Had stress fractures in both of his legs during college, had some steel rods inserted in both of his tibias, hence the Man of Steel tattoo on his right bicep. He guards Griffin on the right wing. Out front to Courtney. He's got 8 points to lead the Fury in this first quarter. Bailey off the feed, open jumper. No, it's a lob into Mikey, and he puts it in. That was a lob, not a jump shot. Mikey ties the game with his first 2. 3:13 to go. Fury not of the game on a 12-3 run. Hendrickson, left corner to Herzog. Fakes Courtney off his feet. Pass the lane deflected. Hendrickson got it back, though, and strips it as he went to the goal. He'll shoot 2. Fury almost had a steal heading the other way, but Hendrickson right there to pick it up. Everett Gray picking up the foul, his second. Team's 5th. The Fury with a little bit of a foul situation here. Artie Griffin and Everett Gray each with 2. And they put Mark Hendrickson on the line. This is 7th game with the club. Hendrickson is 29 of 30. 97%, or he was 14 of 14 Wednesday night in Connecticut. And as expected, he hits the first. Big left-hander out of Washington State. Played with lacrosse last year before getting a call-up right before Christmas to Sacramento of the NBA. Stayed there the rest of the way. Second free throw up. That one also swishing. So Hendrickson puts the Bobcats back on top after the Fury had tied it for the first time since early in the ball game. Artie down the baseline, blows right by Bubba Wells. Finger roll up, though, off the back of the rim. It rattles out, and lacrosse has the rebound. Boy, Artie blew by Bubba Wells like he wasn't even there. The Fury maybe to exploit that matchup later. Right side Fish. Spins on Courtney James. Had to give it back up to Blackwell. In the lane. Kicks left side to Henderson. Drive. Right side Herzog. His long jumper is no good. And the rebound fought for in the corner. It'll go out of bounds. No, Artie tried to save it. And it's going to go out of bounds to the Bobcats. We're going to have a timeout. Charge to the Bobcats. 2:30 to go. Lacrosse will have the ball when we come back in this first quarter. They've got a 2-point lead over the Fury. Will return in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Lacrosse Center. We take a peek at our Icon Alpha Solutions quick copy stat update for this first quarter of play. Fury shooting 67%, 10 out of 15. They've hit 6 of their last 8 shots. Meanwhile, Lacrosse 53% shooting 9 of 17. They've hit just 3 of their last 8 shots. Fury 1 for 3 behind the arc. Lacrosse 2 out of 2. Fort Wayne a perfect 1 for 1 from the line. Lacrosse 4 out of 5. Icon Alpha Solutions, your place for all of your network, equipment, and outsourcing needs. Fury trailed the game by 2. However, Fury held back somewhat in this ball game by 6 early turnovers on our Rushmore Transmission turnover updates. Fury with 6 turnovers. Lacrosse yet to turn it over. Rushmore Transmission, the folks to turn to avoid problem turnovers in your car, truck, or van. New shot clock for the Bobcats after the timeout and Fury turnover. Right side, Bubba Wells, played by Griffin. They clear it out for him. He backs in on Artie. Artie's got 2 fouls. Artie put a forearm on his back. Wells went to grab it, knock it away. That's an offensive foul. First Bobcat turnover of the night, and it gives the ball back to the Fury with 2:19 to go in this first quarter of play. And the Fury down 2 in the quarter point. Bailey will bring it up against Blackwell. Fort Wayne is trailed by as much as 9 in this first quarter. They've never led. Right corner to Everett. Looks for Mikey Moore flashing, couldn't find it. Now Everett's backing, faking, out front Artie, takes the 3, down the gut of the lane, leaves it Mikey, left side jumper, up good. Mikey with the 12-footer on the baseline left. And the game tied again, this time at 24, inside 2 minutes to go. Blackwell drives the left hand on Bailey, put up the shot off the glass and in. Tough drive to go by Blackwell, he's got 7. And each time the Fury have tied this ball game in the last minute and a half, the Bobcats have answered with a bucket. That time it's Blackwell, and the Fury back down 2 with 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Everett, right corner, jumps up the long jumper. Missed it long, but Courtney's got the rebound. Courtney backing on Matt Fish, spinning, faking, puts up the shot, rolls it, no good. Took the rebound right away, he put it up and in. Courtney's got 10. And he and Mikey Moore are really attacking the offensive boards. Here comes Fish down the lane. Fake the shot. Double pump, lays it in. Well, you don't want to let the center go from half court to the basket on the lay-in, but that's exactly what the Fury did. Everett bounces into Courtney. He put it up. Fish got a piece on the backside. Courtney missed the shot. Here come the Bobcats. 50 seconds to go. Blackwell got away with the travel out front. Left side to Herzog. Jumper good. And the Fury now trail the quarter by 4. Bailey driving on Blackwell. The long jumper with Blackwell in his face. He rolled it off the rim, and Fish clears away the board. A late flurry by the Bobcats has put them in the driver's seat for this quarter point. They lead it by 4. They have the ball. Shot clock, 12 seconds ahead of the game clock. Fury still have, nope, they're over the foul limit. Lacrosse has a foul to give. In the corner to Bubba Wells. Backing on Artie. Fury double team. He spots Herzog underneath the rim. He lays it in. 6 for Herzog. And Lacrosse on a 6-0 run to grab a 6-point lead. Shot clock is off. Damon gets a bruising pick from Courtney at the top of the key. Gives to Artie. Back to Damon. 6 to shoot. To the basket. Stripped away by Blackwell. He's off for the races. Now Bubba Wells to the basket. Mikey fouls him with 0.5 to go. Had to give up the foul. That's the second on Mikey. Bubba Wells will shoot 2 with a half second to go. Lacrosse closing this quarter with some activity. They've scored 6 straight points after Courtney James tied the quarter at 26 with around 90 seconds to play. Wells shooting 2. First one up and in. First point of the night for him. Not a good way to finish this quarter for the Fury. Wells with 1 more. Flies it up there, and he missed that one short. Courtney's got the rebound, and the buzzer sounds. Well, the Bobcats finish this quarter on a 7-0 run in the final 90 seconds to win the quarter by 7. 33-26 our score as we head to quarter number 2, which will be straight ahead in 2 minutes on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back in the Lacrosse Center. Mark Hendrickson hitting the jumper to begin the scoring for the second quarter. He puts Lacrosse on the board. And the Bobcats closing that first quarter with a 7-0 run to win the quarter by 7. Now lead by 9, matching their biggest lead of the night. Everett triple team. Out front to Mikey, jumps it up from straight away. It's short, and they fight for the rebound. It's batted out there. Bubba Wells lost it. Now it's tipped out of bounds by the Fury. Fort Wayne shooting 57% in that first period, 12 of 21. Lacrosse 62%, 13 of 21, but the Fury undone by 7 first quarter turnovers. Lacrosse with 1 turnover thus far. Blackwell works on Garner, and Chris fights through the screen, picks up the foul. His first, the team's first. Now Fury losing that first quarter, losing a first quarter for the 35th time this year, and the 10th time in the last 11 road games they've lost the first quarter. Very beginning of this period with Chris Garner, Carl Thomas, Everett Gray, Eric Wilson, and Mikey Moore. Lacrosse the basketball has James Blackwell, Bubba Wells, Mark Hendrickson, Fred Herzog, and the 6'8 rookie Dennis Davis. Blackwell drives, kicks in the corner to Bubba Wells, who put up the 3, got it. 4 for Bubba Wells, and the Bobcats have their first double-figure lead of the night, 38-26. It's now a 12-0 Bobcat run. Everett down the baseline, cut off by Herzog. Still has the dribble working, gets it back out to Garner, Chris down the middle, back to Thomas, jump pass into Mikey, fakes the baseline shot to the basket, twisting, off the glass too strong, got his own rebound, put it up, no good, he rolled it off the rim, but he's hammered, and he'll shoot 2. That will go to the rookie Dennis Davis, his first, and the team's first. Now the game was tied at 26-26 on Courtney James's putback. Inside 90 seconds to play, but Lacrosse closed the quarter on a 7-0 run. They scored the first 5 points of this quarter. Mikey Moore trying to snap that run with some Fury free throws. First one up, good. Mikey is 71%er on the year. Fury led by Courtney James with 10 points in that first period. James Blackwell, Turquin Mott, and Matt Fish with 7 apiece for Lacrosse in quarter number 1. One more free throw for Mikey, and he switches that one. 10-point game, 38-28, 5-2 the Bobcats with an early 3-point lead in the quarter. Those 2 more free throws snap the Bobcats' 12-0 run. Blackwell setting up on the high left, takes a pick from Hendrickson, jumps up the 19-footer behind it, no good. They fight for the rebound. Thomas taps to Gray at the foul line. Everett ahead to Garner, down the right wing. Makes a pass to the cutter, gives it out front instead to Eric Wilson. Back right wing to Garner. Looks in low for Mikey, lobs it down to him, right corner. Mikey backing on Dennis Davis, double team. Out front to Garner, the pass errant. Chris ran it down. 8 to shoot. Now Garner has to jump it up from the top of the key. Got it! Well, Chris Garner, teams dare him to shoot that jumper from straight away. And if he can show that he can knock that shot down, he will make himself much more dangerous. Right side Herzog. Fury with 4 straight points. Inloaded Dennis Davis. Backing on Wilson. Tries the up and under. Eric keeps his feet. Davis though flips it up off the glass and in. First 2 for Dennis Davis. And it's 40-30. 9:40 to play first half. Garner had Thomas on the wing and missed him. Now hands it to him. Right side, CT back out front to Everett. Makes the 3 on Herzog. Drives, spins in the lane. Tough shot. Off the glass. A wild shot. And it's rebounded away by Davis. Garner with a nice hustle and steal. Tried to save it, but he couldn't keep himself from stepping on the baseline. And the ball will go back to the Bobcats. James Blackwell will check out for the first time tonight. Jermaine Geis coming on. Indiana college basketball fans may remember Geis, 6'3" out of Butler. Finished his college career the number 6 all-time scorer at Butler. Native of Columbus, Ohio. He'll run the point. Checked by Garner. Left wing to Herzog. 9:15 to play first half. Herzog looks for the cross-court pass. Instead, he gives the top of the circle to Davis. 8 to shoot. Wilson spreads out that 7-foot frame to guard Davis, who gives it up to Bubba Wells out front. Wells fakes Thomas off his feet. Right side Herzog fading shot to beat the shot clock, and he hits the 20-footer. Well, Everett Gray was right in his face, and Herzog just threw up the 20-footer, and it went in. He's got 8. It's a 9-4 Bobcat lead in the period. CT in the right corner to Everett. Backing in against Herzog, double team. Swings it out front to Thomas. Left side for 3 over Bubba Wells. Bang! He got it. First points of the night for Thomas. A 3, $33 more donated to benefit the Busy Nurses and Hospice Center from Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. That's a big shot for CT as he was 0 for 8 from three-point range and 1 for 11 from the floor Tuesday night in the Grand Rapids loss. Bubba Wells out front with 8 to shoot. Right side Herzog, he'll try the spot again. That was going to wedge between the backboard and the rim. And we're going to have a jump ball at center court. Now Darren Hancock, after getting hit in the mouth and biting his lip early in the game, he'll come back in for Everett. Jury substitution brought to you by Champion Windows. If you're looking for a substitution for your inefficient windows, look to Champion for replacement windows. We need the 7-footer Mikey Moore and the 6'9 rookie Dennis Davis to jump it up at midcourt. Dante Jones will come on now for the first time tonight, replacing Herzog, who departs with 8 points. Jones, 6'7", 225-pound swingman out of Mississippi State. First-round draft pick in the Knicks a couple years back. And the tip is controlled, and it's finally controlled in backcourt, tapped several times by Lacrosse. Here we trail the quarter by 2. Left corner Hendrickson, facing up on Wilson. Goes right by him, down the baseline, reverse layup, up and in, and a foul. He flew right by Eric Wilson. And Hendrickson with a bucket. Wilson's foul, his first, the team's second. That gives the Bobcats an 11-point advantage and a 4-point lead in the quarter. Hendrickson, the big left-hander, with a smooth touch at the line. 2 of 2 so far tonight, making him 31 of 32 on the season. And this is 7th game with the ball club. Bends the knees, flies it up there. Switch. 7 points for Hendrickson. 5 here in the quarter. And it's back to a 12-point Bobcat lead. Garner drives on Geis to the basket, put up the shot, no good. Mikey got the rebound. He put it up, no good. Wilson got the rebound, and then Davis took it away. Wilson committed that cardinal big man sin of bringing the basketball down to his waist level. And the Bobcats with it. Wells backs on Thomas, turnaround shot off the glass and in. 6 for Bubba Wells. He already has 6 more points than he did in the last meeting between these two clubs. E-Smart calls out the play with the Fury down 14. Left corner Thomas, facing up on Wells, puts up the 3 ball. Bang! He got it again. Second straight 3 for CT. And $33 more donated to benefit the Busy Nurse and Hospice Center from Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. Fury within 4 in the quarter point, 7:08 to play first half. Geis runs the high left pick and roll with Hendrickson. Now gives to Hendrickson, hanging on the baseline. The shot's going to be short. Followed his own shot, but he stepped on the baseline as he put the ball in deep to Davis. And the turnover will give it back to the Fury. Inside 7 minutes to go first half. Garner gets the play from the bench. Sets up on the high right. In the corner to Hancock. Darren drives on Dante Jones, gets the bumping foul on Dante Jones. It'll be his first, the team's second. And before the Fury get the basketball with a new shot clock, we're going to have a timeout. Lacrosse. 6:47 to play first half. The Fury trail by 11. We'll take another pause and be right back on Sports Radio 1380. Losing bet tickets may be redeemed for $2 off any Fury single game regular season ticket. Sports Spectrum, your place for live horse racing from across the country. But there's more than just ponies at Sports Spectrum. They've got live simulcasting and satellite packages covering all the games the networks don't show. That's Sports Spectrum, located in Fort Wayne in the Cross Creek Center behind Builder Square. Fury basketball after the timeout and Lacrosse foul. Both teams with 2 team fouls thus far in this second period. Chris Garner with it out front. Looking into Hancock right block. Darren, the double team comes. Now he backs it out with the dribble. Finds Wilson at the foul line. Trying to force a pass into Mikey Moore and stolen away. Here comes Dante Jones. Almost turned it over in the front court. Hancock made him pick up his dribble. Now Jones will give it up to his point guard, Jermaine Geis, out front. 12 to shoot. Fury down 11. 6:20 to go first quarter. In the corner to Hancock. He overplayed and got the steal. Keith Smart tells Garner to push it. Chris finds Wilson in the block. Hendrickson closed out on him. Now Wilson will back in with the dribble. Turning. Hendrickson took it away. Here comes Geis. Bounce to Hendrickson. Running the wing. He put it up no good. Hancock will pick up the foul. That's Darren's first and the team's third. Boy, Mark Hendrickson really running the floor and making a difference for Lacrosse in the second period. Fury thus far shooting 38% here in the period. Lacrosse 67%, continuing their hot shooting. And Hendrickson will shoot 2 more. We mentioned Wednesday night in the Bobcats' 1-point loss at Connecticut. Hendrickson was 14 of 14 from the line, and he hits the first one there. Logan Vandervelde will come in for the Fury for the first time tonight. Logan coming in on for Mikey, who departs for the first time tonight with 6 points. Logan 6'9", 240 out of Wisconsin Green Bay. Played just 4 minutes Tuesday night, but had a bucket and 3 rebounds. One more free throw from Mark Hendrickson can give the Bobcats their biggest lead of the game, and he does. That one hit the rim, but it still fell through. 49-36. 13-point Bobcat lead. Garner out front. Swings it to Thomas. Fakes Day off his feet, who's checked in for Wells. Finds Wilson. Short baseline shot up, too strong. Rebound tapped loose, though, by Thomas, and Wilson runs it down. Back out to CT. Fakes. Drives to the basket. Out front, Garner. He'll put up the 3 ball. Bang! He got it! Chris with the set and fire from out front. He's got 5. And $33 more donated to benefit the Busy Nurse and Hospice Center for Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. Lacrosse shooting a very high percentage, but the Fury's still hanging around. And Todd Day drives to the basket. He travels. Fury within 3 1/4 point. Garner on the run again in the front court. Slows it up at the arc, calls out the play. 5:15 to go first half. Garner comes to the near sideline, pounding that left-hand dribble, gives it up on the wing to Hancock. Darren ISO'd against Dante Jones. He'll drive right by him to the goal, stripped as he went up, and Lacrosse has a loose ball. Ahead to Todd Day, Carl Thomas is back. Day bumps into him, bumps into Eric Wilson after he gets by Thomas and draws the foul. That's going to be the second foul on Eric. 4th on the Fury. Todd Day shooting 2. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Todd Day hits the first free throw. Turquin Mott checks into the ball game. And again, he carries on a running dialogue with Keith Smart as he checks into the game. One more free throw for Lacrosse's Todd Day, as Mott came in there to replace Hendrickson. Day hits the second free throw. Lacrosse has shot a truckload of free throws in this first half. The Fury have shot just 3. Garner trapped in the backcourt, but gets it across the line to Thomas. CT works on Todd Day. Todd Day flops. CT comes back. Long jumper from the left corner is no good. And Dante Jones has the rebound. 51-39. Lacrosse a 5-point lead in the period. They go into Day, who is posting on Thomas. The lob comes in over the top of Thomas, and Day lays it in. Keith Smart wants timeout. 4:22 to play. First half, and the Fury trail by 14. We'll take a break and be right back on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the Lacrosse Center. 4:22 to go first half, and the Fury down 14, 53-39. We take a peek at our Icon Office Solutions quick copy stat update for this second quarter. And Lacrosse still hot shooting. The Fury, meanwhile, 36% here in the period, 4 out of 11. Lacrosse 70%, 7 out of 10. Although the Fury are 3 for 3 behind the arc. Garner has connected once, Thomas twice. Fort Wayne 2 of 2 from the line. Lacrosse 5 out of 5. We mentioned at the top, the Fury have shot 3 free throws in this game tonight. Lacrosse 12. The Fort Wayne ball after the timeout. Icon Office Solutions, your place for all of your networking, equipment, and outsourcing needs. Courtney James has come back in for the Fury, replacing Eric Wilson. Courtney had a team-high 10 points, still leads the team in points. He had 10 all in the first quarter. Garner gives to Hancock at the foul line. Darren facing up on Jones, left side to Garner. Drives on Geis, runner down the baseline, kicks no good, and Geis has the rebound. Garner will pick Geis up and make him give the ball up to Todd Day, who hands it right back to Geis on the high left. Mott down there fighting with Vandervelde and gets the ball on the bounce left corner. Drives with the right hand, in the lane, jump stop, put it off the glass and in. 9 for Mott. And the Fury trail by 16. Hancock ISO'd against Dante Jones. Now they come to double team. Logan is the cutter, takes the lob off the nice feed from Hancock to lay it in. Nice play by Hancock to find Logan cutting off the double team. First two for Logan. Fury down 7 in the period. 14 in the ball game. Guys works behind the Lamont screen. It's an illegal screen. That's the first foul on Mott. He's saying Courtney James pushed him to make the screen look illegal, but the call will give the ball back to the Fury. Garner out front between the circles. Works on guys, couldn't find the space. Now the high left to Hancock. The curler is Thomas. The pass from Hancock, though, is errant and stolen away. Here comes Day. Leaves it for Dante Jones down the baseline. Hancock cut him off. Jones, though, sets his feet, fades, and hits the short 5-footer. First two for Dante Jones, and it's 57-41. Fury again down 16. 2:45 to go first half. Thomas. Jump pass in the right corner to Courtney. James facing up on Dennis Davis. Backing. Gives it back out to Thomas. Fakes the three on Todd Day to the basket. Back to Garner. He'll fire the left side three. Bang! He's got it again! Second three of the quarter for Garner. He's got 8 points. And $33 more donated to benefit the Busy Nurse and Hospice Center for Three Rivers Federal Credit Union. They're 4 for 4 behind the arc this period. Geist, though, on the other end, hits the 15-foot pull-up. And we've got, nope, I thought we had delay of game there for a second on lacrosse, but the ball came loose. They stopped the clock. Garner drives on guys, cut off the foul line. Gives to Logan, now in the right corner, Hancock. Darren tried to attack on Jones, but before he goes any further, they're going to whistle lacrosse for the illegal defense. As the first warning of the night on either club. With that whistle, if you're left to remind you that in the game of life, an illegal defense call can result in more than just a technical or a warning. Next time your team gets caught out of position, consult Harold Myers, the legal official. 424-8223. In the left block to Hancock, across the lane to Courtney, and he dumps it down. He's wide open off the feed. Two straight assists by Hancock. 12 points for Courtney James to lead the way. 59-46. You get the feeling that lacrosse, if the Fury can ratchet up the defense, lacrosse will cool off. And the Fury just need to hang around right now and ride this half out. Day backs on Thomas. CT tries to body up. Day across the lane, missed the shot, but tipped in his own miss. 9 for Todd Day, 6 in the period. And it's 61-46. Garner gets through the double team, finds Logan left side, puts up the three ball. Bang! He got it! And the Fury staying in the period with 3-point bombs. Now 5 of 5 behind the arc in the period, as Logan hits his first three. Inside a minute to go first quarter. Second quarter, I should say, first half. Mott lobs it into Day, and he takes the pass and lays it in. Todd Day was in the lane about 18 seconds. And it's 63-49. Fury, though, trading threes for twos. Garner drives on guys, cut off in the corner. Now the double team comes. Chris throws it off Dennis Davis's leg and out of bounds with 12 on the shot clock. Mark Henderson will come back in, replacing Dennis Davis. Boy, Choker and Mott has not stopped talking since he entered the building, giving instructions to teammates even as they're checking out of the game. Henderson back in for Dennis Davis. Fury ball, baseline left with 12 to shoot. Hancock in the corner to Vandervelde. Logan puts up the three with Henderson in his face. That was a tough shot and a quick shot. Here comes lacrosse. Jones, jump pass and low to Henderson. He got behind the defense and Courtney had to foul him. That foul, though, on the floor, though. Nice play by Courtney. His first. Fury had a foul to give. Lacrosse whistled for just 2 team fouls so far in this period, and the Bobcats are called 20-second timeout. With 31.2 seconds to play in this first half, and the Fury down 14, the Bobcats lead this second period by 7 at 32-23. I'll stay tuned at halftime. We'll have the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. A complete statistical look at tonight's first half. Some thoughts and comments, as well as a halftime interview tonight with Fury point guard Chris Garner, who has 8 points, including a Fury season high 2 3-pointers on 2 3-point attempts. Bobcat ball with a new 24 after the Fury foul. Dante Jones will put it in right in front of the lacrosse bench. Out front to Geis. Played by Garner. Shot clock about 6.5 seconds ahead of the game clock, and Geis will dribble it down. Drives, cut off top of the key. Garner sticks a hand in. It goes off Geis' leg and out of bounds. Nice job by Chris to force the turnover. Now the Fury will have it, down 14 with a chance to close out the half. Garner across the timeline with 9 seconds to go. Now 8, now 7. Takes a pick out front from Logan. Got away with the carry, still has the dribble. Tried to go behind his back. Too much dribbling. Geis picks it up, puts up the shot to beat the horn. Off the glass, in and out. But the Bobcats win the period 30-23. And they lead here at halftime 63-49. We will take a break. A 2-minute break and have the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show when we return on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Lacrosse Center here on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. Fury trail the Lacrosse Bobcats at halftime 63-49. We take a look at how the game transpired after the teams traded buckets early. The Bobcats jumped out to a 9-point first quarter lead at 19-10. The Fury, though, countering with a 12-3 run to tie the game at 22. The teams then traded baskets, and we were all tied at 26 after a Courtney James putback with around 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. But the Bobcats closing the period on a 7-0 run to take the quarter, 33-26. And they scored the first 5 points of the second quarter to make that a 12-0 run to grab control of the game. They led by as much as 16. The Fury, though, staying around in the vicinity, though, with 3-point shooting. The Fury 6 of 9 in that first half from 3-point range. Bobcats led by as much as 16, 57-41. Fury, though, outscoring the Bobcats 8-6 to close it out. And to make this a 63-49 halftime score, the Bobcats win the second period as well, 30-23. Courtney James with 12 points leads the Fury in the first half. 11 points for Todd Day. He leads the Bobcats in a balanced scoring attack. We'll take our first break here on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. When we come back, we'll have our halftime interview tonight with Fury guard Chris Garner, who has 8 points here at halftime. Back with more in 2 minutes on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Rob Brown back at the Lacrosse Center. Time now for tonight's halftime update, brought to you by O'Daniel, Olds, Jeep, Eagle, Porsche, Audi, and Mazda. Where you go for an update on a great deal, it's O'Daniel, 5611 Illinois Road. Also be sure to visit O'Daniel Ford and Mitsubishi, located on Lincoln Highway in New Haven. Courtney James with 12 points to lead the Fury in that first half of play. 8 points for Chris Garner off the bench. 7 points for Damon Bailey. 6 points for Carl Thomas and Mikey Moore. 5 for Logan Vandervelden. 3 points for Artie Griffin. 2 for Everett Gray. Darren Hancock and Eric Wilson did not score in that first half for the Fury. Todd Day with 11 to lead Lacrosse. 9 points apiece for Turpin Mott and Mark Hendrickson. 8 for Fred Herzog. 7 for James Blackwell and Matt Fish. 6 points for Bubba Wells. And 2 points apiece for Jermaine Geis, Dante Jones, and Dennis Davis. Fury shooting 53% the first half, 20 of 38. Lacrosse, a blistering 66%, 25 of 38. Fury 6 of 9 behind the arc, 67%. Lacrosse perfect, 3 out of 3 from 3-point range. And the Fury 3 of 3 from the line. Lacrosse 10 out of 12. We're going to take our final break here on the Three Rivers Federal Credit Union halftime show. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter up next on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. Now Rob Brown back to the Lacrosse Center, getting set to start this second half. Lacrosse will have the ball and a 14-point lead, 63-49. Fans, if you want to get up to date on the latest Fury information, call the McLeod USA Fury Information Line at 219-471-3879. Line is active weekends and after 5 p.m. on weekdays. Both teams, their original 5 starters out there. Damon Bailey, Artie Griffin, Darren Hancock, Courtney James, and Mikey Moore, the Fury 5. James Blackwell, Todd Day, Fred Herzog, Matt Fish, and Turpin Mott, the Lacrosse 5. And the Bobcats heading right to left have the ball first. 12 to shoot. They try and dump it into Fish, and Bailey kicks the entry pass. They will reset the 24 for the Bobcats. Game was tied at 26 with around 90 seconds to go in the first period. The Bobcats scored 7 straight to close the period. They've never looked back, leading by as much as 16 that first half. Fish in the block. Backs on Courtney. A Across the lane, sweeping with the shot short, and Hancock has the board. Courtney made him go a little further across the lane than he wanted to. And now the Fury with their first second half possession. Damon lobs it down right block to Mikey. Backs in on Turquin Mott, spins toward the basket, off the glass and in. 8 for Mikey. Mikey thought he was fouled. Was not called, and Keith Smart telling Mikey to play through it. They have to play through it this entire second half. They trail by 12. Day on the right side, backing on Griffin. Still backing, tough shot. Already blocked it. Day got it back. Already blocked it again. Day missed the shot, and Mikey got the board. Right up Day's back. Here comes Artie. Fury have numbers. Courtney down the baseline. Reverse layup up and in. Off the feed from Griffin. And Courtney's got 14. The Fury have scored the first 4 points of this second half. And the bench on their feet. Cheering on the starters. Courtney is now 7 of 9 from the floor. Fish high post. Swings it on the wing to Herzog, almost over his head, but Herzog able to collect. Now dumps it down into Mott. 7 to shoot. Mott faces up on Mikey. Short jumper is no good. And Courtney one-hands the rebound. They've turned up the defense, and Lacrosse starting to go cold after shooting 66% in the first half. Left wing Griffin. Facing up on Todd Day. They clear it out for him. Artie goes to the middle. Bumped at the foul line, hanging. Shot blocked out of bounds by Day with 8 on the 24. Fury ball, 8 on the 24, 10-14 to go in the third period. It'll be Bailey to put it in baseline left. Damon takes the basketball, has Hancock left wing, 7 to shoot. Now to Griffin. Artie with 5 to shoot, jumps up the 3 behind the Mikey screen and rolled it no good. And Lacrosse the rebound. Here comes Blackwell. On the left wing, facing up on Bailey, drive, tough shot in the lane, pull up is short, and Damon has the rebound. Needs help, gets to Hancock. Darren on the run, down the lane, shovels to Mikey, 1 dribble to the basket, foul as he went up by Mott, he'll shoot 2. That's the second on Mott. First on the Bobcats, Mikey will shoot 2. Fury have been the aggressor coming out of the locker room to start this second half. And it shows on the scoreboard as they lead the quarter point 4-0. Mikey trying to add to it. Fury shot just 3 first half free throws, hitting all 3. Moore shot 2 of those 3. And the Bobcats shot 12. Mikey switches the first. At 9 points in the ball game. 1 more will make him the second double-figure scorer, joining Courtney James, who has a game-high 14 points. Mikey spins that basketball and sets it in his left hand. Puts the right hand on the top. Bends the knees, fires, and rimmed that one out. But Damon snuck in and got the rebound. They fell asleep, and Damon grabbed the rebound. Turquin Mott just stood there as Damon snuck in and got the rebound. Mike Mossick is furious at Turquin Mott. He immediately sends Mark Henderson to the scorer's table. And the Fury run now grows to 7-0 to be in this period. Herzog out front, Hancock in his shirt. Right wing to Blackwell. Down low to Fish, across the lane to Mott cutting. Got back door, put up the shot, good, and a foul. That's one way to stay on the floor if you're Turquin Mott. Fouls on Mikey Moore. That's the third on Mikey. First on the Fury, and Turquin Mott at the line. That unconventional three-point play by the Fury. Moore's free throw, and then the Bailey putback got Fort Wayne within 7. But Mott misses a free throw with a chance to make it a 10-point game again. But that stops the Fury's run at 7-0 to begin this period. At a 65-58, 56. Bailey down the baseline. He's tied up as he left his feet. We're going to have a jump ball. Henderson comes on for Mott, who is having a discussion down there with his head coach, Mike Mossick. It'll be Damon Bailey and Todd Day to jump it up at the Fury foul line. And the tip is won by the Bobcats. Blackwell will bring it up. Fury lead the quarter point here early, 7-2, 9-10 to go. Third quarter. Cross leads the game by 9. Blackwell right of the circle. Looking for the post up. They get into Fish. The pass wide of the mark and out of bounds. Courtney held him up. And Blackwell had already delivered the pass. 9 minutes to play, third quarter. They're trying to get back. Damon drives to the basket. Pass across the lane, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Fury with 16 on the 24. And Damon will put it in on the left baseline, almost to the sideline. And we've got a whistle. What's the call, Ed Gaines? Got some debris on the floor. Some debris on the floor, far sideline. A couple ice cubes, it looks like. So we'll have a minute to get those mopped up. When we have a minute, we'd like to remind you that tonight and every night, the uniforms all across the CBA, sponsored by Wilson Sporting Goods, the official uniform and equipment supplier of the Continental Basketball Association. Well, now it appears that the moisture wiped up to the satisfaction of our official Ed Gaines. Now the Fury will inbound. Left wing to Griffin. 15 to shoot, down low to Mikey, played by Hendrickson. Mikey feels the contact. Backs in, still backing. And Hendrickson fouls him. And then Fish just comes over and clubs him after the whistle. Wow, Mikey just glares at Fish. That's the second foul on Hendrickson. Second on the Bobcats. Hendrickson saying that Mikey was using the elbow to clear the space. That will not be a shooting foul for the Fury. But they'll have a new shot clock to work with. And 8:46 to go in this third quarter. Out front to Courtney. Off the backdoor lob to Bailey. He catches and he puts it up and in. Nice feed by Courtney. Damon's got 11 for the period. And it's 65 to 58 now. Herzog out front. Fakes on Hancock. Back on the right wing to Blackwell. Down low to Fish. Looks for the cutter. Instead gives it out front to Day. Already pokes it loose and he has the ball. On the run into front court quickly. Down the right wing is cut off. They call for the isolation. Artie's picked up by Henderson. Now double team. Out front to Bailey. Artie down the baseline again. Double team. Back out to Damon. Jump pass it low to Courtney. He didn't handle it. And Blackwell's got the loose ball. On the run, Mikey is back. Blackwell to pull up in the lane. He rolled it good. 9 for Blackwell. It's back to a 9-point Bobcat lead. Here they'll lead the quarter 9-4. 67-58 our score. Damon high left. Looks in for Hancock. Lobs it to him left elbow. Darren across the lane. Bumped and fouled. That's going to be the second foul on Herzog and the third on the Bobcats. New shot clock for the Fury again. Hancock far sideline. In low to Courtney. Courtney left block, backing in on Fish. Waits for the double team, now backs out with the dribble. Has Mikey top of the circle, right side Artie for three. The high archer, splat! Bang! He got it! Griffin's first three of the night. That thing nicked the ceiling, I think. Todd Day, three the other way. Got it. You cannot relax. You cannot relax. And it's 70-61, right back to a 9-point lacrosse lead. They lob it in low to Hancock. The pass deflected and stolen away. Here comes Day with 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Left side Hendrickson. Courtney jumps out on him. Fury cut him off. Down the baseline to Day. He stepped out. It'll go back to the Fury. 6:55 to play, third period. We're going to have a timeout lacrosse before the Fury will inbound. Timeout lacrosse. They lead the Fury by 9, 70-61, but Fort Wayne leads the period 12-7. We'll have more in 60 seconds on Sports Radio 1380. The game. Well, fans, spring and summer, they're closer than you think, so why not prepare by getting in shape? The Fitness Connection has all the equipment and services you need to get there. Stop by the newly remodeled Fitness Connection located in Riviera Plaza off the St. Joe Center Road, or call 486-4233 to find out about memberships as low as $17 per month. That's the best fitness value in town. Well, the Fury so far have been the hot shooters in this third period. Fort Wayne 5 out of 7, Lacrosse 3 out of 8. Both teams gunslinging from behind the arc. The Fury are 7 of 10 from three-point range. And Lacrosse, a perfect 4 out of 4. Bobcat ball. Actually, Fury ball after the Bobcat turnover. And Bailey will bring it up against Blackwell's pressure. 6:50 to play, third period. Damon jumps past the Courtney at the foul line. Across the lane, he's cut off. Gets it back out to Artie, sets his feet, fires a three. Bang! He got it again! And we got a double foul as they come into front court on Fred Herzog and Mikey Moore, who got tangled at the timeline. That's the third on Herzog and the fourth on Mikey. That could be costly with Mikey getting his fourth foul. We'll see. Fury down 6, trying to get closer. They go in the block to Day. Backing against Artie. Fury double team at Day. Tough fall away shot. Mikey grabs it out of the air. That was going to be short. They wanted a goaltend. Here comes Damon. Left side to Griffin. Artie in the corner to Hancock. He fakes the jumper. Day fell down. Hendrickson helped him out, and Hendrickson's going to pick up the foul. That's the third on Hendrickson and the fourth on the Bobcats. 6:12 to go. And the Fury within 6 after trailing by 16 late in the second period. They lead the quarter to the Fury 15-7. Damon gives to Griffin. Fakes the three on Day. Now he drives to the basket. Goes to the basket. Fish throws in the floor, and Artie's going to draw the foul. That's the first foul on Fish and the fifth on the Bobcats. They're over the limit. Well, Artie would hit 2 straight threes. As soon as he caught that ball behind the arc, 3 defenders ran at him. All it took was a head fake, and he was right at the rim. Fish had to throw him on his back. Artie shooting 2. Trying to cut the lacrosse lead to 4, and the first free throw rolls good. 10 points for the microwave Artie Griffin, 7 here in the period. And it's a 5-point game with 6:05 to play in the third. One more for Griffin, a 78%er on the season, and he switched it. Artie with 11. Fury lead the quarter 17-7. And it's 70-66. Artie scored the last 8 Fury points. Herzog out front to Hendrickson. Gives it left wing to Day. Artie almost pokes it loose. Day able to keep it. Now Artie steals it away. Boy, Griffin is all over Todd Day. Here comes Bailey in the front court. Artie wants the basketball, and I don't blame him. Damon in low to Mikey. Facing up in deep on Fish. Down the baseline. Cut off. Kicks it back to Hancock. Left corner jumper is going to be short. And the rebound comes to Herzog, who's able to shovel it to Todd Day. Hancock went down again. He's slow to get up. Blackwell in low to Fish with 15 to shoot. And they're going to call a touch foul on Courtney. Touch foul on the block on Courtney James. That's his second. And the second on the Fury. Bubba Wells will check in for Fred Herzog for lacrosse. Herzog departs with 8 points but scoreless in the period. Wells had 6 first half points. Bubba Wells will inbound out front to Blackwell, new 24-second clock. Blackwell driving on Bailey. Damon cut him off the foul line. Now Blackwell looks in deep for Fish. Fury forced Fish out to the foul line. Fish, double team, swings it over to Todd Day. Fumbled the pass. Artie closed out on it. Now in the right corner to Bubba Wells. Fakes on Hancock. Down the baseline. Gets Hancock off his feet. Through the contact. Missed the shot, but he'll shoot 2. Well, only 3 seconds on the 24-second clock when that whistle came, but a nice play by Wells. He knew the situation. Second foul on Hancock, third on the Fury. Bubba Wells shooting 2. He is 2 out of 2 tonight, an 83%er on the season. His 8th game in the CBA. He was spending last year with Dallas. It's the first free throw. Well, the Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year in '97 with Austin Peay. That's the second greatest player to play at Austin Peay behind the immortal James Fly Williams. 70s great, as Wells hits both the free throws. That stops would have been a 5-0 Fury run. Griffin, double team, gives to Courtney. The pass deflected. Courtney has it far sideline. Back to Artie, facing up on Todd Day. Tries to drive, now backs it out, 10 to shoot. Now he attacks the left hand, twisting shot off the glass and in. And the microwave is heating up. He's got 13. And the Fury back within 4. Andy Hendrickson gives to the cutter Day. Artie bumped him before the shot. That's going to be foul number 3 on Griffin. 4th on the Fury with 4:27 to go. Lacrosse already over the limit. back within 4. Trying to creep back. They're trailing by 16. Blackwell cutting, takes the feed from Fish. He cut back door on Bailey and had the easy one. 11 for Blackwell. And Damon will bring it up against Blackwell. 74-68. Fury down 6, lead the quarter by 8. Damon out front. Drives, hangs, 20-footer over Blackwell, too strong. Rebound carries across the lane. Day got it, and he traveled, but they're going to call him for a loose. They're going to call a loose ball foul on the Fury on Courtney James. His third, 5th on the Fury. Both teams now over the foul limit with 3:59 to play in this third period. Fort Wayne down 6. They scored the first 7 points in the period, and they've been right in it since. Blackwell on the far sideline, played by Bailey. Damon goes underneath the screen. Blackwell delivers to Fish down the baseline, gathers up the head of steam. Reverse layup up and into the foul. Fouls on Mike. Nope, make it Courtney James, his 4th. So now Courtney and Mikey each with 4. And Fish with a big bucket. Logan Vanderbilt will come in for Courtney, who departs the team high 14. Fury substitution brought to you by Champion Replacement Windows. If you're looking for a substitution for your inefficient windows, turn to Champion Replacement Windows. Fish hits the free one. They're making a 9-point lacrosse lead. Crosse has scored the last 5 points. Artie out front to Logan. Damon's posting the left block on Blackwell, but they can't get it to him. Now Hancock gives to the back cutter Artie. The pass deflected. Artie catches it off the lob and lays it in. What a play by Griffin. He's got 15, 12 in the period. And I believe he's got the last 12 Fury points. In the block, Fish, played by the smaller man Vanderbilt, and he's double teamed. They go around the horn, in the corner, Wells open for 3, in and out. Mikey's got the rebound. That's the first 3 they've missed all night, the Bobcats. Here comes Artie with 3 minutes to go in the period. Right side, Logan. Back out to Artie. Keysmart calls for the isolation. Griffin against Todd Day. He's bumped and fouled. He'll shoot 2 more. Boy, Artie is in the zone right now. That's the 3rd on Todd Day. Fury will call timeout. Artie Griffin will shoot 2 free throws when we come back on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the Lacrosse Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. 2:53 to play, third period. Fury down 7, lead the quarter by 7. We take a peek at our Icon Office Solutions quick copy set update for this third quarter. Fury shooting 8 out of 12, 67%. Meanwhile, the Bobcats 42%, 5 out of 12. Fort Wayne 2 for 2 behind the arc. Lacrosse 1 for 2. Both teams 3 out of 4 from the line. Icon Office Solutions, your place for all of your networking equipment and outsourcing needs. Artie Griffin has scored the last 12 Fury points. He's got 12 in the period, 15 in the ball game. He'll be at the line shooting 2 more. He has been in the zone in this third quarter. Griffin is 3 for 3 from the line tonight. First one up, and he rolled it good. Still a big free throw disparity. These are attempts number 8 and 9 for the Fury tonight, while Lacrosse has put up 16 free throws. Monty Moore out there playing with 4 fouls for the Fury. Lacrosse with no one with more than 3. There's no real foul trouble yet for the Bobcats. One more free throw for Artie. Roll that one good over the front rim as well. 17 for Griffin, including 14 straight. And the Fury back within 5. Blackwell looking in for Fish. Played by Vanderbilt on the right block. Fish in a deep crouch. Now back in Logan. Jump hook up and off the mark. Mikey's got the rebound. And to Damon. 2:30 to play. Keysmart has substituted only once in this third quarter. Vanderbilt coming in midway for Courtney. They give to Hancock high right. Isoed against Bubba Wells. Gets by into the basket. Flip shot up and in. That's the first 2 points for Hancock tonight. He has been very quiet. And the Fury now within 3. 2:15 to play. Third quarter. Blackwell runs the high pick and roll with Hendrickson. Jumps up the 19-footer behind it. No good. Loose ball in the corner. Tracked down by Hancock. He saves to Bailey. Damon with a head of steam in the front court quickly. Off the foul line, cut off, gives it back to Artie. Back left wing to Damon, picked up by Mark Henderson on the switch. Damon, cut off at the basket. Out front, Logan, 3 for the tie. Oh, it was at the bottom and spun out. That would have tied the ball game. Missed the 3 from out front. Here comes Todd Day, streaking down the lane. Puts up the shot short. Henderson got the air ball. Put it up, and he missed it. And the rebound finally fought forward, taken out there by Griffin. Already on the run, 4-on-2. Has numbers. The lob into Mikey. Back to Logan. He put it up and put it in. Oh, he missed the shot, but he drew the foul. And he'll shoot 2. That foul's on Fish. His second. Both teams over the limit. Logan will be at the line shooting 2. With the Fury down 3 with 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Logan, an 82%er on the year, had 5 points in the first half. First free throw up, good. And Damon Bailey starting to get a little gassed. Keith Smart will get Chris Garner in for him. Chris had a great first half, 8 points, including 2 for 2 behind the arc. And Turquin Mott coming on for Lacrosse, replacing Matt Fish. One more Vanderbilt and free throw can make it a 1-point game. Up and swish. Logan, the Wisconsin native, makes it a 1-point Lacrosse lead. Fury have put up a big advantage in the quarter score. They lead that 27-14. Blackwell gets the day cutting back door. He missed the layup. Hancock got a piece, but the rebound tapped out to the perimeter and tracked down by Bubba Wells. Mikey could not get to it quick enough. Day down there fighting the block with Griffin. Blackwell looks for him. Up to Mott, 3, top of the key, off the glass and in. He banked into 3. Cool as a cucumber, he backed down to the other end. Turquin Mott banking in a 3 from the top of the key. Inside a minute to go. Fury down 4. Third quarter. They give to Hancock, high right. Isoed against Bubba Wells. Shakes by to the basket. Reverse layup. Up and in. Hancock blew by Bubba Wells. And the Fury have been doing that all night to Wells. 2-point game. 43 seconds to play. Fury will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Blackwell drive, gives to Henderson rolling to the basket. Foul on his way up by Vanderbilt, and he'll shoot 2. That's the first foul on Logan. Both teams over the foul limit. And Mark Hendrickson, perhaps right now the best free throw shooter for a big man in this league, will be shooting 2. He's 5 for 5 tonight, 34 of 35 on the year. The 6'9" left-hander out of Washington State plays minor league baseball in the summer in the Blue Jays chain. It's the first free throw. And Jermaine Geist will come on for Lacrosse as James Blackwell, their starting point guard, takes his first rest in the second half. 35.6 seconds to go, third quarter. One more free throw for Mark Hendrickson. Up and good. Henderson's got 11. 7 from the foul line. 4-point Lacrosse lead. Shot clock 9 seconds ahead of the game clock. Hancock gets by Wells down the baseline. He put it up and he put it in again. Hancock with 6 straight. Shot clock is off. Fury will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. They need to stop right here. Guys out front. Hands to Day. Day picked up by Vanderbilt. Out front, 7 seconds to go, now 6. Day drives to the left hand, in traffic. Logan blocked the shot. Offensive foul! Artie was waiting, and he drew the charge with 2.9. Great defense by Vanderbilt, and forcing left. 2.9 seconds to go, the Fury have to hurry. And Keith Smart will tell Garner to just let it dribble out. Fury will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. They win the period 31-19, and they'll have the ball down 2 to start the fourth quarter when we return in 2 minutes on Sports Radio 1380. The game. Darren Hancock has it knocked away on the Fury's first possession. Jermaine Geist in the lane, the leaner up and good. Behind 14 third quarter points from Artie Griffin, the Fury win the third quarter 31-19. But Lacrosse scores the first points in this fourth quarter. Hancock to the basket, missed the shot short, tapped it up short, tapped it up a second time, and it's hit the cylinder by Dante Jones. They'll count the basket. Darren starting to take over. He scored the final 6 points for the Fury in that third quarter. Gets their first fourth quarter points. Fort Wayne down 2. 11:15 to go here in the final quarter. Right wing Dante Jones will set the lineups for you when we get a chance. He drives down the baseline, pull-up shot right wing is an air ball short. Going to call loose ball foul on the Fury. Carl Thomas body, Jermaine Geist out of there. Logan grabbed the rebound, but he's going to be called for the foul. Second on Logan, first on the Fury. Chris Garner, Carl Thomas, Darren Hancock, Logan Vandervelde, and Mikey Moore, the Fury 5. Jermaine Geist, Dante Jones, Bubba Wells, Turquin Mott, and Mark Hendrickson in the Lacrosse 5. Into Wells, right corner, backing on Thomas, feels the contact, fadeaway shot off the glass and in. Fury shot 69% in that third quarter, 11 of 16, Lacrosse 33%, 6 out of 18. 4-point Lacrosse lead, 86-82. Mikey held in the corner, they couldn't find him. Now out front to Hancock, down low to Mikey, left side. 8 to shoot. Mikey backing. Out to Thomas. Spots and fires the left side three. No good on the back of the iron. Logan's got the rebound. In traffic, he put it up. Blocked away. No foul call. Here come the Bobcats. Guys across the line. Gets by Garner. Chris recovers. And Guy sets up on the right wing. Into Bubba Wells. Posting on Thomas. Got the step down the lane. Flipped it up. Good and a foul. Bubba Wells is absolutely bodying Carl Thomas up right now. That's the first on Thomas, second on the Fury here in the period. 12 for Bubba Wells. Everett Gray will come in for the Fury, replacing Carl Thomas. First time we've seen Everett here in this second half. Bubba Wells shooting 1. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Looking for his 5th point of the quarter. Up, and he rolled it good. 13 points for Bubba Wells. And the Bobcats with a 7-point lead. 89-82. They lead the quarter 7-2. Garner trapped on the far sideline, gets through it. Trying to fire pass into Logan, who was curling out to the wing. And the Fury turn it over. 10:01 to go. Not a good fourth quarter start for the Fury. To find that second gear. Hancock will play Wells this time down. Takes the pass, left corner. Darren bodies him up. Wells feels the contact, fades, left side shot, good. Boy, Wells falling almost out of bounds, hits that shot, and Keith Smart wants timeout. Timeout Fort Wayne, 9:37 to go. The Fury trail by 9. We'll take a break and be right back on Sports Radio 1380. The Game. This is the official newsletter of the Fury, sponsored by National City Bank. Call the Fury office at 471-3879 to find out how to get your copy of Bank Shots. And the Fury, after trading buckets early with Lacrosse to get within 2, has seen Bubba Wells score 7 straight points to give the Bobcats a 7-point lead, making a 9-point lead at 81-82, 91-82, I should say. 9:37 to play, that much we do know. It'll be Fury ball after the timeout in front court. Garner heads toward the near sideline. Checked by Geist. Looking for Logan in the block. And a screen up top for Mikey. They give it out front to Logan. Checked by Mott. 5 to shoot. Logan's going to make something happen. Shovels back to Everett. Drives on Dante Jones. Leaning from the foul line. Swish. Everett with 4. Big shot to beat the shot clock and stop the 7-0 Lacrosse run. Geist, left of the circle, guarded by Garner. Trying to get it to Bubba Wells. Hancock up tight on him. Wells is doubled, gives to the cutter guys. High arcing shot short up the back of the rim. Mikey made him change that shot. And the Fury have the rebound. Hancock will hand to Garner. Chris across the line, inside 9 minutes to go. Down to Everett. Looked in deep, fakes Jones off his feet. Out front, Logan fakes the 3. Pull-up shot from the foul line, missed it. And the rebound goes out over the outstretched arm of Hancock. Ahead, Mott got behind the play. In the lane to the cutter, Jones. He put it up and in the foul. Gives the foul to Everett Gray, his third, team's third. And Dante Jones can give the Bobcats a 10-point lead with the free throw. The Fury had to fight so hard in that third quarter to get back almost to even. You wonder how much gas is left in the tank. Jones hits the free throw. Second lacrosse three-point play of the period. It's a 10-point lacrosse advantage with 8:28 to go. Garner out front to Everett. Hancock's in the right block and lob it down to him on the baseline. Swings across court to Logan, 7 to shoot. Logan out to Everett. Makes the three on Dante Jones. Now he'll fire up the three ball. Everett threw up an air ball, but Hancock got the rebound, missed the putback. They fight for it a third time. Hancock got it. He put it up, missed it. Logan tapped it up and in. 8 for Logan. And it's an 8-point game. Fury trailed the quarters. The Bobcats have doubled them up 12-6 to begin that. Guys. Looks for Wells in the left corner. ISO'd against Hancock. Spins, double team. Garner made him pick up his dribble. Swings across court to Hendrickson. 6 to shoot. Out to Dante Jones. Brings Mikey out. Fires the three. It's short. And Mott pushed Logan right in the back. He was caught red-handed. Loose ball foul on Mott. His third, first on the Bobcats. Ball will go back to the Fury. We're away with 3 team fouls thus far in this final period. And that foul on Mott's the first team foul on the Bobcats. Garner. Out front to Logan. Holds it above his head. Looking left wing for Everett. 8 to shoot. Everett fakes on Dante Jones. Drives to the basket. Tucks it in. Shovels to Logan. His drops in and out. Put it up too hard. Loose ball on the floor. They go down for it. Everett comes away with it. And we're going to have a jump ball. Everett Gray and Jermaine Geis will jump it up. Gray and Geis. Geis 6'3", Gray 6'7", will jump it up. Matt Fish will come in for lacrosse, replacing Turquin Mott. They'll jump it up at the Fury foul line. And the tip is controlled by the Bobcats. 7:08 to play. And the Fury trail by 8. Geis on the far sideline taking his time. They screen down for Fish. He wants it in the right block. Up top to Wells. In low to Fish. Takes the pass in traffic. Puts up the shot. Everett tied him up. We're going to have a jump ball. Fish goes to the floor and Everett just stares at it. Now to help him up, a couple of former teammates with the Fury. Boy, Everett just tied him up. Put both hands on the ball as Fish went up in traffic. So Fish 6'11", Gray 6'7", will jump it up. Everett lost the jump ball moments ago. Now they wait to wipe the perspiration off the floor. Now we're set to go. Ed Gaines making sure everyone is set before he comes in the circle. And the tip is controlled, and they'll re-jump it. Now Fish grabbed a hold of Everett's arm on the way up, and they'll re-jump it. Again at the lacrosse foul line. Wait for everyone to get set. And now the tip is controlled, and they missed it. They whiffed on it, they'll jump it up again. Well, in hockey, if you mess up the face-off, they usually make you get out of the circle, and perhaps they should make Ed Gaines get out of the circle and make his partner Doug Rogan throw it up. We'll try it again for a third time. And this time the tip is not controlled again. We got a foul on Matt Fish. They got a loose ball foul on him. He grabbed Everett's arm for the third consecutive time, and they called it. Fouls on Fish, his third. Second on the Bobcats, and as the beer starts to flow here in lacrosse, the crowd gets more and more surly. 6:45 to play, Fury ball. Chris runs the pick and roll. Garner up front. Guys recovered. Chris still has the dribble, 12 to shoot. Takes a pick from Everett. In the corner, puts up the three, fade away, in and out. And Fish with a rebound. Not necessarily the shot that Keith Smart wanted. In the block, Dante Jones. Quick jumper left side is long. It carries right to Hendrickson, though, on the weak side. And lacrosse will reset. Guys out front, barks out the play. 6:15 to play. In low to Fish. Fish backing against Vanderbilt, and Fury double team it. Out to Hendrickson for three. In and out. and Garner has the corner rebound. Chris looks it over. In the front court, gives to Vanderbilt, is fighting for three, no good. 2 quick threes by the Fury in their last 2 possessions. Now Lacrosse on a breakout. They lob it into Fish, and he puts it up and in. 2 quick threes by the Fury. Both of them off the mark. The Bobcats scoring off the second. And it's a 10-point game. Timeout Fort Wayne, 5:51 to go. We'll take another break and be right back on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the Lacrosse Center, 5:51 to go. And the Fury down 10. We take a look at our Icon Office Solutions quick copy stat update for this fourth quarter. Fury shooting after they shot 69% in the third quarter, 11 of 16. The Fury thus far just 21% shooting in the fourth quarter, 3 out of 14. Lacrosse 55%, 6 out of 11. Fury 0 for 4 from behind the arc. Lacrosse 0 for 2. Fury have yet to attempt a free throw in this fourth quarter. And Lacrosse 2 out of 2. Icon Office Solutions, your place for all of your networking equipment and outsourcing needs. Courtney James is checked back in for the Fury, replacing Logan Vandervelden. And Garner will bring it into front court. Fury trail the quarter 14-6 as the offense has gone cold here in this fourth. Garner looks for Mikey in the right corner, couldn't find it. Now out front to Courtney, with 10 to shoot. Garner lobs it down to Mikey, right block. Backing on Hendrickson, still backing. Jump hook on the baseline is good, but before that, they're going to call an illegal defense on the Bobcats. That's their second warning of the night. That will be a technical foul. That's the second warning. Fury should be shooting the technical. Now the officials are confused. And the PA announcer tells them that is indeed the second warning. So Darren Hancock will shoot the free one. Darren, yet to attempt a free throw tonight, has 8 points all in the second half. 5:32 to play. Hancock measures the free one. Swish. And that will be Fury ball as well with a new shot clock. After that illegal defense violation, see if they can make this at least a 3-point, maybe a 4-point possession. Garner sets up on the high right. Look for Mikey in again in the block. So they go high-low to Courtney. Back to Garner. He lobs it in. Mikey with the catch down the baseline. Undercut. Oh, he goes found hard. He's fouled. They'll shoot 2. Body's careening all over the place. That's the first foul on Geis. Third team foul on the Bobcats. Mikey will shoot 2 free throws for the Fury. He's 3 out of 4 tonight. Fury trail by 9 with 5:18 to go. Mike Mossick thought that foul should have been on the floor. But Mikey, after he was undercut, was the only thing on the floor. He was trying to get to the basket when the undercut came. First free throw up, way short. One more free throw for Mikey Moore, trying to make it an 8-point game. Taking his time, Mikey 3 out of 5 tonight from the line. Up, that one swishes. The Fury go 2 out of 3 from the line on that possession. It's 88-96. They're trapping. Henderson gets it across. Fish in the right corner, floats a pass cross court to Bubba Wells. He almost stepped out, but able to catch it and land inbounds. Now they set up the offense with 8 to shoot. Guys on the high left. Jumps at the 3 over Garner. That one's short. He hit the shot clock. That'll be Fury ball. 4:56 to go, and the Fury down 8. They need baskets and stops. They trail the quarter by 6. Garner looks for Mikey in the block. Instead gives it out front to Courtney. Looking back to Mikey. Right baseline, he's got it. 8 to shoot. Backing on Henderson. Turns toward the baseline. Jump hook up and in and out. Courtney tapped it up short. Tapped it up the second time short. Mikey got the rebound. He put it up and in. He's got 12. Moore and Courtney James have been active on the offensive boards all night long. Fury within 6. Keith Smart will get his starting backcourt of Bailey and Griffin back in there, and Hancock got the steal, and he's fouled in backcourt by Bubba Wells. That's the second foul on Bubba Wells. Fourth on the Bobcats. Bailey and Griffin will come on. Courtney James and Chris Garner will come off. Fury ball down 6. A lot of time left, 4:16 to go. Fury have scored 4 straight points to get within 6. Bailey out front, back at the controls. First time we've seen Damon in the fourth quarter. High left to Hancock. Blows by Bubba Wells. Trying to dunk it on Fish, and a foul call. He missed the dunk, but he'll shoot 2. Boy, Hancock brought that one back for the poster dunk. Fish laid the lumber on him. That's his 4th. 5th on the Bobcats. They're over the foul limit. And Hancock will shoot 2 with 4:04 to go. And the Fury down 6. Hancock shooting 2 big ones right here. As the Fury will on a run, trying to get closer. First one up, and he kicked good over the front of the rim. 10 for Hancock. He becomes the 5th Fury player into double figures. Garner will come on for Bailey. A little offense, defense as James Blackwell, the starting point guard for La Crosse, comes back in. And I'm sure Keith Smart will get Garner in there to pressure Blackwell, assuming Hancock makes his second free throw. Darren switches the second. It's a 4-point game. 11 points for Hancock. They make Hendrickson bring it up. Hendrickson to the basket, gives the Fish down the baseline. He missed the shot short. Hendrickson got the rebound. He put it up and in. 13 for Hendrickson. It's back to a 6-point Bobcat lead. Everett down the baseline against Hendrickson, draws the foul. He'll shoot 2 more. That's the 4th on Hendrickson. La Crosse over the limit, and Everett will shoot 2. 3:43 to go. Fury down 6. Fury have just 3 team fouls in this third quarter. Everett shooting 2, trying to bring the Fury back within 4. First attempt for the night for Everett. First one up, and he couldn't get the roll. It spun out. Well, Everett was 17 of 21 from the line over his last 2 games, including 9 of 10 Tuesday night in Grand Rapids. Needs 1 more to make it a 5-point game, and he does with the roll. Fury setting up their pressure. Garner will work Blackwell up the floor. Fury have the trap in the backcourt. Blackwell gets it ahead to Bubba Wells. He swings across court to Todd Day. Makes on Hancock to the basket. Everett applied the foul, and they'll make him earn it. 4th foul on Everett. 4th on the Fury. 3:30 to go. Fort Wayne down 5. Todd Day at the line shooting 2. He's 3 out of 4 tonight. Chris Garner talking to Keith Smart, getting some instructions. Day at the line. First one up, and he rolled it good. First point for Day here in this fourth quarter. He's got 15 points in the ball game. 1 more for Todd Day. Going to block out on the miss. Day is 70% on the season. Sets it, flies it, swish. 16 for Day, that makes it 7 points. Bobcat lead, 100-93. Griffin with it. ISO'd high left against Day. Artie blows by him to the basket. Fakes, turns, hangs to the baseline, hits the shot. How big has Artie Griffin been in the second half? 16 of his 19 here in the second half. Most of them have been against the former NBA first-round draft choice, Todd Day. Day's got it out front against Griffin. Makes the 3. Leans into him and draws the foul. Oh, my goodness. They called the foul on Artie. Artie left his feet and Day lowered his shoulder into him. That's the 4th foul on Artie, 5th on the Fury. Fort Wayne over the foul limit. That's actually their 15th foul, so they're now over the foul limit. La Crosse will not shoot, but they'll have a new shot clock. Wells will inbound right in front of us. 3 minutes to go, Fury down 5. They need to stop. Blackwell heads toward the far sideline. Jumps it into Hendrickson, right corner. Played by Everett Gray. Hendrickson's doubled up. Gives it up back front to Day. Pull up shot. Don't try to jump pass in deep. And the ball knocked loose. Mikey scoops it up. He'll race to the other end. And he'll tomahawk it down with a right-hand jam. It's a three-point game. Keith Smart tells his club to set up the pressure. Still pressing. Now Lacrosse has to get a timeout. Timeout, Bobcats. Making a full timeout. It's a three-point game. 2:31 to go. We'll take a break as well and be back on Sports Radio 1380. The game. Well, after trailing by 7 points moments ago, the Fury have cut this to a three-point game. 2:31 to go. They trail by 3. 100-97. Fury shooting just 33% this period, but one reason why Fort Wayne is still in this ball game is the rebound. They've out-rebounded the Bobcats 42-31 on our Chappella cleaning the glass rebound update. I'm sure the folks to turn to for all of your window needs. Hesitate to give them a call at 456-4581. Fury with the full court pressure. Force Lacrosse to burn a timeout. Now they'll get in the full court pressure again. Hendrickson will be the inbounder. Gives in the corner to Day. Now to Hendrickson. Back to Day. Hancock and Griffin trap him. They'll make Hendrickson bring it across the line. He's trapped again. Swings it to Wells. He had an open baseline shot. Now he'll back it out with 12 to shoot. Wells out front, played by Mikey Moore on the switch. Jumps up the three, top of the key. Missed it, no good. And Hancock skies for the board. He's fouled by Blackwell and shoot two with 2:09 to go. First foul on Blackwell. Hancock will walk to the other end and shoot two with 2:09 to go, and the Fury down 3. Two big Hancock free throws upcoming right here. Both teams over the foul limit. Fury have 2 timeouts remaining and a 20. Lacrosse 3 and a 20. Hancock 3 for 3 tonight from the line. Has all 11 of his points here in the second half. Crowd trying to distract him. Fires the first one way short. Fury now 5 of 8 in the period from the line. One more free throw for Hancock to make it a 2-point game. Flies it. That one swishes. Fury set up the full court pressure again. Now they back it off as they inbound to Blackwell. 2 minutes to go and the Fury down 2. Need another stop. Blackwell on the far sideline. Out front to Todd Day. Griffin closes out on him. Day backing with 8 to shoot. In the corner, Blackwell sets and fires along 2. In and out. And Garner's got the rebound. Chris. Ahead to Hancock, and he throws it over his head and out of bounds. Oh, it's deflected. They're going to give the Fury the ball. They're going to give the Fury the ball. They're going to say it was deflected, and they're going to give the Fury the ball. And Mike Mosick, the lacrosse head coach, is beside himself. And in front of himself and right next to himself as well. Now the Fury have it in front court with that deflection. Down 2, they've got the basketball. Crowd getting surly. 1:40 to go. Hardy with it. ISO left side against Todd Day. To the basket. Down the lane. Jump stop. Stripped up. No call. Here come the Bobcats. Day on the run. 4-on-2. Shovel to Hendrickson. Blocked from behind by Everett. And a foul is called. With 1:29 to go. And Keith Smart cannot believe it. 5th on Gray. Hardy went to the basket. He was stripped. No call. Everett blocks the shot from behind. He's whistled for the foul. 1:29 to go. And we got a timeout, Fort Wayne. Timeout, Fort Wayne. It's a full timeout. We will take one as well, our final break. Lacrosse will shoot 2 free throws with 1:29 to go, up 2. When we come back on Sports Radio 1380, the game. Well, just like to answer all of your staffing questions, Pro Resources provides you the answers in the Fury Trivia Contest. Ballots are available in the Fury program at the Fury Information booth, at the Fury office, and at Pro Resources. Drop your completed ballot in the Coliseum lobby. registration box to become eligible for a Fury prize pack. That's the Fury Trivia Contest, sponsored by Pro Resources, located at 1728 Spire Run, or call 420-2117. Well, down two, Artie Griffin driving the basket. He was stripped. Fury did not get the whistle. And then at the other end, Everett Gray appearing to block the shot of Mark Hendrickson, but he's looking for the foul. So Hendrickson, who is 7 for 7 tonight and a 99% free throw shooter, will shoot two with the Fury down two and 1:29 to go. Waiting for everyone to get set. Quarter point is tied at 18. Lacrosse won the first two periods. Fury convincingly won the third quarter. Henderson gets the basketball, shooting two. He's got 13 points, 7 of which have come from the foul line. First one up, good. Keith Smart still lobbying for a call. Hendrickson pushes the second. The 4-point Lacrosse lead. 102-98. You're going to need to answer with a basket. Everett, both teams over the foul limit, fakes on Hendrickson. Down the baseline, reverse layup, short. Fish got a piece. And here come the Bobcats. Now the Fury need to stop. Dave gives to Wells down the baseline, across the lane to Hendrickson, reels to the basket, missed the shot, got his own rebound, and he flips it back out to Blackwell. Shot clock did not reset, 10 to shoot. Right wing Henderson, pull-up shot right wing, short, and Mikey's got the board. Fury have to hurry, down 4. Inside 50 seconds to go. Garner gives to Everett. Everett backing on Hendrickson, still backing. Down the baseline, got through the traffic, reverse layup, no good. Got his own rebound, put it up short, but a foul called with 35.9 seconds to go. Where'd that foul go? A bunch of players in there. That'll be Todd Day. His 5th. Mikey Moore out there, making Everett out there with 5 for the Fury. And it'll be Everett at the line, shooting 2 with 35.9 seconds to go. And the Fury down 4. Everett is 1 for 2 tonight. 2 big free throws right here. 35.9 seconds to go. Fury down 4, Gray shooting 2. First one up, swish. Three-point game. 35.9 seconds to go. One more for Everett. Also switched it. Now the Fury will set up their pressure, but before they do, Lacrosse calls timeout. We will stay right here. 35.9 seconds to go. Lacrosse calling timeout. They've got 2 left in the 20. The Fury have 1 full timeout remaining and a 20. 35.9 seconds to go. And the Fury down 2. Quarter points tied at 20. Bobcats will have the basketball. Fans Island Club Apartments offer a variety of exciting new home plans to suit every lifestyle. Tucked away on Wallen Road, but still just minutes from Coliseum Boulevard, Island Club offers luxurious 1- and 2-bedroom apartments with well-designed layouts, superior craftsmanship, and exceptional quality. Each apartment comes with a full-size washer and dryer, walk-in closets, screen patio or balcony, and generous outdoor storage. And Island Club residents can enjoy the latest in technology at the business center and the latest in relaxation at the pool, tennis, volleyball, and basketball courts. Island Club Apartments, a Crossman Apartments community. Well, these teams have already played 1 overtime game this year. That was the last time they met back on March 4th. That was last week at the Coliseum, and that was a 106-101 Fury win. And in that ball game, the Fury actually had the ball in this situation with the score tied. Damon Bailey turned it over with 10 seconds to go, and the Bobcats got a shot off to win the game. It went wide of the mark, and then the Fury controlled the overtime, never trailing in the extra session. Both teams over the foul limit. Fury need to stop out of this timeout. Chris Garner, Artie Griffin, Everett Gray, Darren Hancock, and Mikey Moore will be the Fury 5. James Blackwell, Todd Day, Bubba Wells, Mark Hendrickson, and Matt Fish, the Lacrosse 5. Wells will put it in front court. Right in front of the scorer's table. Mikey Moore, the 7-footer, will try and distract him. Wells, looking, floats it to Hendrickson. They almost threw it away. Now Hendrickson touched it on his hip, hands to Wells. Fury trying to recover. Blackwell's got it, played by Hancock. They're looking deep for Day. Artie with the steal. Now Hancock's got it, and he's falling out of bounds. He calls timeout. Artie with the deflection. Hancock scooped in the loose ball. He called timeout as he was falling out of bounds. It'll be Fury ball. Down 2 with 25.5 seconds to go. What will they draw up? They want to make it a 20. They want a 20. They want to conserve the full timeout. That's a good call. That's a smart move. They take the 20 now and conserve the full timeout, which gives them a chance then, if they need to call timeout later and advance the ball to half court, they can do so. You cannot call timeout and advance the ball to half court on a 20-second timeout. So you want to save that full timeout as long as you can. But you cannot substitute. You can only send one sub in during the 20, and the Fury will not sub. 25.5 seconds to go. Fury ball, down 2. Griffin gets it back from Mikey, and Artie walking across the timeline. Shot clock not off. About a second and a half ahead of the game clock. Hancock now with it, high left. ISO'd against Bubba Wells. Looks at the clock, 12 to shoot. Hancock backing in now. Takes it in, down the lane, out front to Everett. Everett, 3. Bang! He got it! Everett Gray! The 3 bounced on the rim 3 times and fell through. 103-102, Fury has the lead. 4.7 seconds to go. What a big shot by E.G. That ball hung on the rim. It kicked 4 times. Everyone in the arena, including the 10 players on the floor, just stopped and watched it. And it fell through with 4.7 seconds to go, giving the Fury a 1-point lead at 103-102. What a shot by Everett Gray. Hancock drove to the basket, was cut off. Put a pass out to the perimeter to Everett. It was a weak pass. It was almost stolen by Blackwell, but Blackwell's momentum carried him past Everett. And as Everett grabbed the ball at the top of the circle, he had space to set and fire the 3, and the Fury had the lead with 4.7 seconds to go. It is, however, just a 1-point lead as Lacrosse has burned the timeout, trying to draw up a play for the game winner. What a win this would be for the Fury, but there's still time left. 4.7 seconds to go. Both teams are over the foul limit. So any Fury foul, even if it's non-shooting, will put the Bobcats at the line. And you look at some players who've been key for the Bobcats here in this final period. Bubba Wells had 7 points early in the period. He's not scored since. We've not seen Turpin Mott for Lacrosse. Eric Wilson, the 7-footer for the Fury, in there, along with Mikey Moore, Darren Hancock, Everett Gray, and Artie Griffin. Keith Smart will put both of his 7-footers on the floor. Let's see who breaks the Lacrosse huddle. James Blackwell, Todd Day, Bubba Wells, Matt Fish, and Mark Henderson. Fury have a delay left if they want to use it. They'll put the 7-footer Wilson on Bubba Wells, and now Lacrosse wants a 20-second timeout. They wanted to see what the Fury's alignment was, and now maybe we'll alter their play somewhat. 4.7 seconds to go. Everett Gray's 3 has given the Fury a 1-point lead. But Lacrosse with the basketball and a final chance to win this game. What a ball game this has been for the Fury. Win or lose, we'll have the Marathon National Oil postgame show immediately following the ball game. Actually, after a brief pause, we'll have a complete statistical look, thoughts and comments on tonight's game, as well as a look ahead to the wrap-up on the road trip Sunday night in Yakima. It'll be Bubba Wells to inbound in front court, right in front of the scorer's table. Here we have a delay of game left. The 7-footer Eric Wilson will distract him. Wells gets the basketball, takes a look, out front to Blackwell, driving on Hancock, gives to Day, he drives the basket, floats for the win, he missed it, the Fury win the ball game! Everett Gray pitches the ball to the stands, and on Gray's three, the Fury's 10-game losing streak is dead. 103-102 on Gray's three, the Fury steal it. They win the quarter 23-20, and the ball game 103-102. We will have the post-game show up next in 3 minutes on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the La Crosse Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. A very large but disappointing crowd filing out of the La Crosse Center as the Fury come from behind, come from 16 down to steal one tonight. 103-102. The Fury win a road game for the first time since January 22nd. That was an 81-80 win in Quad City. The Fury with the win tonight, snapping their 10-game road losing streak and grabbing their first win on this 4-game road trip. Let's take a look at how this wild game transpired. It was not good early for the Fury as the Bobcats got up early, 19-10 in the first quarter. But the Fury responded with a 12-3 run to tie the game at 22. And then after the teams traded buckets and Courtney James tied the game at 26 with around 90 seconds to go in the period, La Crosse closed the quarter on a 7-0 run to win the period 33-26. The run continued into the second period as the Bobcats scored the first 5 points of the second to make it a 12-0 run. And the Fury would see themselves get down as much as 16 in that second quarter, 57-41. The Bobcats easily winning the second, 30-23, as Fort Wayne trailed at the half, 63-49. But in the third quarter, the Fury began chipping away, cutting it down to 4 points and then 2 points late. And after Mark Henderson free throws made it a 4-point game. Darren Hancock scored the final points of the period, and the Fury outscoring the Bobcats 31-19 to win the third quarter. At one point, Artie Griffin scored 14 straight Fury points in that third quarter, and he was incredible going one-on-one against the former NBA first-round draft choice Todd Day. But the Fury still trailed 82-80 as we headed to the final period. The Bobcats behind the strong play of Bubba Wells after both teams scored a bucket early in the fourth. The Bobcats went on a 7-0 run to go up 9, and Wells scored all 7 of those points. Fury found themselves down 10 at 96-86 with 5:51 to go after a Matt Fish bucket. But from that point on, the Fury would outscore the Bobcats 17-6, ultimately getting within 2 on 2 Darren Hancock. Actually, Darren Hancock split a pair of free throws with 2:09 to go, made it a 198 game. And then Mark Henderson, after the Fury thought they got a foul call at their end, they did not. Henderson drew a foul on Everett Gray to put the Bobcats up 4 after he hit 2 free throws, 1:29 to go. And then Everett drawing a foul. He would score the final 5 points of the game. Drawing a foul, hitting 2 free throws to make it a 2-point game with 35.9 seconds to go. And then the Fury, on the ensuing La Crosse possession, getting the steal. They went to Todd Day. Artie deflected the pass. Hancock scooped in the loose ball. Fury called timeout, set up a play to win the game. And they had Hancock ISO'd on the left wing. As he drove to the basket, the defense converged. He kicked it back out to the wing to Everett Gray. And James Blackwell almost got the steal, but his momentum carried him past Everett. That gave Everett time to set and fire a 3. And the 3 bounced on the rim 4 times. This entire arena came to a standstill. But after the fourth carom, it swished through, giving Everett his first 3 of the night, his 10th point of the night, giving the Fury a 1-point lead with 4.7 seconds to go. And Todd Day, though, did get off a leaner from the left wing, about 10 foot, to win the ball game. It went wide of the mark. Everett grabbed the rebound, threw the ball to the rafters, and the Fury escaped with a 103-102 win. And in the comeback in the fourth quarter, the Fury along the way win the fourth period, 23-20. Been a wild ball game tonight. We've got a lot to cover here on the Marathon National Oil post-game show. Before we take our break, though, we should remind you, should inform you of the high scores. Artie Griffin had 19 to lead 7. Make that 6 Fury players in double figures. Todd Day had 16 points to lead 6 double-figure La Crosse scorers. We're going to take our first break here on the Marathon National Oil post-game show. When we come back, we'll hand out our post-game awards after this pause on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the La Crosse Center, and the Fury steal one tonight, 103-102. They put one in the books in the W column. Time now to look at our post-game award winners. First tonight's Red River Station Barbecue Star on the 4.1 FM Star of the Game. Well, that will go to Artie Griffin, who had a team-high 19 points. Artie had 14 straight at one point in the third quarter, and really was instrumental in bringing the Fury back within striking distance and giving them a chance to win the game in the fourth, as Artie scored 14 of the Fury's 31 points in that third period. Write down the name of tonight's Red River Steaks and Barbecue Star 94.1 FM Star of the Game, and listen to Star 94.1 FM Monday morning to the first caller with the correct name of tonight's star. Then you want a gift certificate to Red River Steaks and Barbecue. Turn our attention to tonight's Napa Auto Parts Endurance Award winner. That will go to Mikey Moore for the third straight game. Mikey playing a team-high 41 minutes, and in his 41 minutes, he had 14 points and 11 rebounds for his team lead, tying seventh double-double of the game. He now ties seventh double-double of the season, I should say, tying Courtney James for team-high honors in that category. Mikey Moore providing the Fury with some quality minutes tonight, and he is the Napa Auto Parts Endurance Award winner. For quality auto parts, though, the Fury turned to Napa Auto Parts to keep America and the Fury running. Finally, tonight's Aero Kindle Oil point on the protection defensive player of the game. That will go to Darren Hancock, who had a team-high 3 steals, including the final steal, with La Crosse in possession of the basketball and the Fury down 2 with 25 seconds to go. Darren, after Artie Griffin poked an entry pass into Todd Day away to the corner, Darren snatched it up and called timeout, giving the Fury the final possession and giving Everett Gray a chance to hit the 3 and win the game. So Darren Hancock, tonight's Aero Kindle Oil point on the protection defensive player of the game. Look for the Fury defensive player of the game after every Fury broadcast this season, and look for Aero Kindle Oil to pour on the protection in your car, truck, or van. We are going to take another break. When we come back, we'll look at tonight's final numbers as the Marathon National Oil postgame show continues after this on Sports Radio 1380, The Game. Rob Brown back at the La Crosse Center on the Marathon National Oil postgame show. We'll look at the final numbers tonight and the Fury's 103-102 win. Artie Griffin led the Fury with 19 points on 6 of 10 shooting. 14 apiece for Mikey Moore and Courtney James. Courtney was 7 of 9 from the floor. 12 points for Darren Hancock. 10 for Everett Gray, including the game-winning three-pointer with 4.5 seconds to go. 9 points for Logan Vanderbilt off the bench. 6 for Carl Thomas and 8 for Chris Garner. We should mention Chris, who had all 8 of his points in the second quarter. Eric Wilson played 8 minutes. He did not score. And Damon Bailey, we mentioned him with 11 points in the ballgame tonight. Damon 5 out of 8 from the floor. La Crosse led by Todd Day, 16 points, 15 for Mark Hendrickson. He had 9 of his 15 from the foul line, 15 points off the bench for Bubba Wells, 12 for Matt Fish, 14 for Turquin Mott, 11 for James Blackwell, 8 points for Fred Herzog, 5 for Dante Jones, 4 points for Jermaine Geis, and 2 points for the rookie Dennis Davis. Fury shot 51% for the game, 38 of 75. La Crosse 51%, also 38 of 75. But the Bobcats, after shooting 66% in the first half, shot just 35% in the second half. Fury 53% behind the arc. Fort Wayne had 6 different players hit from three-point range tonight. That is a season high for the number of players hitting the 3 in a ball game. Chris Garner, Artie Griffin, and Carl Thomas each connecting twice. Damon Bailey, Logan Vanderbilt, and Everett Gray hitting once. La Crosse 5 of 10 from three-point range, 50%. Turquin Mott 2 out of 2, including one that he banked in the third quarter. James Blackwell, Todd Day, and Bubba Wells also connecting from three-point range. Fury, 78% shooters from the line tonight, 18 of 23. Fury shot 20 second-half free throws. They were 15 of 20 in the second half. La Crosse, 88% from the line tonight, 21 of 24. They shot 12 free throws in the second half, hitting 11. Fury out-rebounded their opponents tonight, 39-30. Mikey Moore led the Fury on the boards with 11 rebounds. La Crosse led on the glass by Mark Henderson. He had 8. Fury had 16 assists. Damon Bailey with a team-high 4. 18 assists for La Crosse. James Blackwell had 7. Fury 18 turnovers, 14 for the Bobcats. Each team with 4 block shots. Mikey Moore had 2 to lead Fort Wayne. Matt Fish had 2 to lead La Crosse. 6 steals for the Fury, 3 for Darren Hancock to lead them. 15 steals for the Bobcats. Dante Jones, Todd Day, and Jermaine Geis each with 3 steals. For the third straight game, the Fury outscored their opponents in the paint tonight. They had a 36-30 advantage. Points off steals, 18-7 in favor of the Bobcats. But the Fury very active on the offensive glass tonight. The Fury out-rebounding La Crosse on the offensive board 16-10, and that translated into 22 points off rebounds for the Fury versus 12 for the Bobcats. Fury ran tonight 103-102, snap a 10-game road losing streak to put their record at 26-25 on the year. back to wrap this one up and look ahead to Sunday's road trip wrap-up in Yakima when we return on Sports Radio 1580. The game. Rob Brown back for the final time on the final time on the Marathon National Oil post-game show. Fury win tonight 103-102. We look at the updated records. Fort Wayne now 26-25 on the year with 5 games to go. They snapped their 2-game losing streak and their 10-game road losing streak. Now moved to 7-18 away from Fort Wayne. They pick up 5 points. They now have 174.5 standing points. Meanwhile, lacrosse falls to 19-32. 15-11 here at home and 149 standing points as they pick up 2 tonight. Here we wrap up the 4-game road trip Sunday night in Yakima. Game time 9:05. And we will have the pregame show beginning at 8:40 here on the network. I want to thank you for staying up a little later than usual. Listen to tonight's thrilling 103-102 Fury win. And I want to thank Mindy Coomer back at the controls for the first time in a while, but doing a nice job as usual. I want to thank her for running the show tonight back at the studio. And again, welcome you to listen to Sunday night's game. We originate from the Yakima Sun Dome in Yakima, Washington, with the pregame show beginning at 8:40. So we talk to you then on Sunday night. This has been Rob Brown saying so long, everybody.